I know there are many of you out there that are probably frustrated at the fact that you're not seeing any progress. You're not seeing any weight loss. All you're doing is just killing yourself with excessive amounts of cardio, starving yourself, and for what? You're not losing the weight that you want. There are better ways to go about it. What's up, everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel are Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now, right around this time, June, what are we going into? Summer, June, July, August. Hell, you live in California, September, October. Those are the hot months. You already know what that means. Summer's here, beach season. We want to look good. We want to look the part. We want to see results. We want to lose fat. We want to gain muscle. We want to get that ideal physique. We want to feel good in our own skin. For many of you, your goal, weight loss, specifically fat loss, because we don't want to be losing muscle. We just want to lose that stubborn fat that just doesn't seem to go away. You know, that fat that's right here that makes our gut stick out, the flabby part right here under our arm, double chin, all that stuff that we don't want. But no matter what it is that you're doing, just killing yourself on the elliptical, so many hours on the stationary bike, starving yourself, not even eating. For what? You're putting yourself through all that torture and you're not even seeing the results that you want. There are better ways to go about your goal if you're trying to lose fat. And today, we're going to be going over the 3 big things you got to be really looking out for. Number 1, we're going to be covering the diet. Number 2, we're going to be covering how you should be working out. And that third component is probably one that many of you are avoiding. But believe me, if you start doing this third thing, it will probably help you reach your goal a lot faster. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end to find out what this third thing is. Now go ahead and take a look at what I got here. Got a couple little pizzas from the frozen section at Costco. Not necessarily a meal, not necessarily a snack, somewhere in between. This is more just to hold me off until my next meal. Now, what if I told you, if you eat nothing but this, processed, unhealthy, high fat, moderate protein foods, you can still lose weight? It is possible. When it comes to losing weight, specifically fat loss, it's about calories in versus calories out. You need to be in a caloric deficit. I don't care what type of workouts you do in the gym, whether how hard you push yourself or how hard you don't push yourself, or how good your recovery is. At the end of the day, you can do all you want. But if you're not in a caloric deficit, essentially burning more calories than you're consuming, you're not going to be seeing the weight loss that you want. And on the flip side, you can eat unhealthy as you want. You could be eating nothing but fatty pizza, ice cream, fried foods, chips, drinking sugary drinks, sodas, whatever it is. You can have a diet that consists about nothing but those foods I just listed. As long as you're still burning more calories than you're consuming, you're still going to be losing weight. Because again, calories in versus calories out is the name of the game when it comes to fat loss. Now, will that be sustainable? Absolutely not. Do I recommend you to eat like that? Absolutely not. All you're doing is just going to be hindering your health. Your nutrition realistically is not there. When it comes to fat loss, any type of foods that you eat realistically doesn't matter, because as long as you're just burning more calories, you're going to be fine. If I eat 1,000 calories worth of super processed, the most unhealthy, most vile food you can think of, but I'm burning 1,500 in a day, I'm going to still be seeing the fat loss. But I'm going to be putting myself at a higher risk of, heart attack, diabetes, everything. So just understand, calories in versus calories out is important. But let's take it a step further and move away from these type of foods and prioritize proper nutrition. Protein, carbs, fats, micronutrients, drinking enough water. Those are the big things we got to look at. Protein, because it will help you build muscle, which will be the next section that we talked about. Eat enough protein from proper sources. Obviously, meats, chickens, fish. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, okay, fine. Beans, eggs, whatever it is, you just need to eat adequate amounts of protein. I say eat 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight. Since those of you who are trying to lose weight, you're going to be in a caloric deficit. You're going to be minimizing the amount of calories that you're eating. I would say now that you're eating less calories, more so of those calories need to be coming from protein. Because again, not only will it help you build muscle, which we'll talk to in a bit, but it's more satiating. It will help keep you fuller for a longer amount of time. And when you're someone who's trying to lose weight, the temptations when you're feeling hungry, we feel the need to snack, all of a sudden, now we're adding all the extra unnecessary calories. It all adds up at the end. So make sure you're prioritizing good quality proteins. Carbs and fats, do not completely neglect them. That is our body's energy source. I don't care what anyone tells you about going keto, going on a low fat diet, going on a low carb diet. To a certain degree, I understand why they're saying that, but to completely avoid them as a whole, not good. Our body, what does it run off of? Carbs and fats. What is our body's natural fuel source? It's those. Carbs and fats to our body is what gasoline is to a car. It's what we run off of. Our brain, what is the only usable substrate of the 3 macronutrients that it can use for proper cognitive function? It's going to be carbs. So if you're someone who's completely ditching out the carbs, well, all you're doing is just introducing yourself to even more health risks. So don't neglect them. The problem is when it comes to those type of foods, it just so happens that although they have good sources of carbs and fats, there's also so many bad sources that are also carbs and fats. I'm talking about the snacks section at any supermarket, at any grocery store. All of those are not good for you. I'm talking about the bad kinds of fats. I'm talking about like fried foods, sugary drinks, everything like that. Those are the things that should just be common sense that you should be avoiding. But the good kinds of carbs, rice, pastas, breads, fruits and vegetables, because yes, fruits and vegetables are carbs. So even those people that say they're going low carb, zero carb, or keto, but they're still eating fruits and vegetables, those are still carbs. Those are what you need. The healthy types of fats, stay away from donuts, stay away from the chips, stay away from the fried chicken. Good types of fats, I'm talking about the healthy type of oils. So whether you want to go olive oil or avocado oil, actual avocados themselves, those are healthy fats. The fats on meat, so the fat on the steak, the fat on the chicken, those are all healthy, natural sources of fats. That's what you want to aim to. Now, both of these food groups, carbs and fats, yes, you want to aim for the healthier options for each, but still keep it in proportion because it is just so easy to consume an excess amount of fat. It is so easy to consume an excess amount of carbs. As far as the fats goes, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So you see, it doesn't take much to really add up with the calories, whereas in protein and carbs, 1 gram of each is 4 calories each. We can see how it's so much easier to overdo it with the fats. And when it comes to weight loss, it's not necessarily that it's hard to work out. Everyone thinks working out is the hard part. No, working out is the easy part. Working out is the enjoyable part. It's not that working out and burning 500 calories is difficult. It's just the fact that it is so much easier to consume 500 calories after. You could be pushing as hard as you can in the gym for 1 hour and burn 500 calories, but right after, it is just even easier to consume those 500 calories again. And when it comes to being in a caloric deficit, we really want to monitor those calories. So use your best judgment, focus on the big 3, protein, carbs, fats. Make sure you're eating the right amounts of each. Prioritize that protein, monitor the other 2, eat your fruits and vegetables. Those are your micronutrients. Again, you shouldn't be starving yourself. Fuel your body as needed, especially if you're working out and being active the way you should. Your body needs the calories. Just obviously try to avoid excessive amounts through bad sources. Hell, offer high volume, low calorie sources. Don't eat so much fried food. Don't eat so many snacks. How about instead we eat more fruits and vegetables, eat a salad, eat some fruits, snack on some apples. They take up a good amount of volume in your stomach. They make you feel full, but you're not consuming an excess amount of calories. You take 1 Snickers bar versus 1 apple. Obviously, the apple has more volume of food, so you'll feel fuller. It will fill up your stomach even more so, but significantly less calories than 1 Snickers bar, and also significantly healthier. So start thinking about it like that. Calories in versus calories out, but be healthy about the calories that you're putting in your body. Again, don't feel the need to starve yourself. That is absolutely not healthy. You shouldn't be going about it. You should still feel full. You should still be filling your stomach. But the types of foods that you fill it with, that's what's really going to help you out. High volume, low calorie, healthy alternatives, that's going to be a game changer for you. And as far as water go, however much water you're drinking, realistically, it's not enough. cut out the energy drinks, cut out the excessive amount of coffee, cut out the excessive amount of alcohol, the excessive amounts of sugary drinks like soda and juices, and start replacing it with water, because a lot of calories do come from liquids. It's so much easier to consume liquid calories than it is solid food calories. So really look at how many calories you're intaking through liquids, whatever they may be, and maybe I would suggest, kind of cutting those out and start introducing water. Not only is it 0 calorie, so you won't be overdoing it, but also the health benefits of staying properly hydrated throughout the day. Because again, I guarantee many of you are not even drinking enough water as you should be. You're just going to be seeing all types of benefits. And that hydration will be key to when it comes to your workouts, which we'll get to now. Second component, your workouts. This right here, gains, that's what you need. So many people think that when it comes to losing fat, specifically, like we kept emphasizing, cardio only. No, that's not necessarily the case. No, you don't need to be spending an entire gym session just on the stationary bike. No, you don't need to be spending hours on the elliptical. No, you don't need to be spending so much unnecessary time on the rowing machine. No, you don't need to go out for a run as often as you may think. We keep saying you want to lose fat, not weight. Because what we don't want to do is lose our muscle mass. Hell, actually, it's the opposite. What we want to do is lose the body fat, but we want to increase the amount of muscle that we have. And believe it or not, all these cardio piece of equipment, the treadmills, the ellipticals, bikes, all this nonsense, that's not going to help you build muscle. No, these guys right here, this is what's going to help you build muscle. I'm talking about resistance. I'm talking about weight. I don't care if you're doing it through free weights such as bars and dumbbells. I don't care if you do it through machines. You need to equally prioritize lifting weights just as you do with the cardio if you want to see the overall weight loss. Now, it may be ironic. I'm emphasizing weight loss, but I'm also telling you to gain weight and muscle mass, and I'm telling you to lift weights. Why is that? Because the person that has more muscle mass will in turn burn more calories at a resting state. You, right now, doing absolutely nothing but watching this video. Me, realistically, doing nothing but just standing here. We're both burning calories right now. However, I'm burning a lot more calories because I'm someone that has a lot less body fat, but a lot more muscle mass. Whereas in the person who's just sitting around doing nothing, who is relatively out of shape, not as much muscle mass, but definitely an excessive amount of body fat, they're going to be burning a lot less calories. Now, what do we keep saying? What did we say earlier? When it comes to fat loss, it's about calories in versus calories out. Yes, you can be burning calories in your workouts, but imagine if you can continue to burn calories even outside the gym. And when it comes to weight loss, again, it's all about the calories out. So how about we just keep pushing that, keep burning more and more calories even outside the gym, even when we're doing nothing, and we can still maximize the amount of calories that we can lose. Why wouldn't we do that? That's just going to help you get closer to your goal. So again, you're probably going to be spending hours at a time at work. If you have an office job, obviously you're sitting around. It's not that tiring and it's not that physically exhausting to type up some emails, answer some phone calls, printing out some papers, stapling some together. You're not really burning much calories doing those movements themselves. But at the end of the day, you being stationary there is still burning calories. If you're a student, whether it be high school or college, hours at a time in a classroom, not really burning much calories. I mean, writing an essay, typing it up, it's not going to be burning much. But at the end of the day, you at that resting state is still burning calories, because obviously our bodies are going to continue to burn calories to keep us alive. But if we can maximize the amount of calories that we burn during that resting state, oh, that's even better. That's just going to help you lose more weight, because again, now we're just burning more calories out. So start prioritizing building muscle, because if we have more muscle mass, we're going to be burning more calories. The point I'm trying to get at here is your RMR, resting metabolic rate. That means the rate of calories in which you're burning at a resting state. The people that have more muscle mass, they're going to be burning more calories at a resting state. So obviously, we're at this resting state more often throughout the day than we are in an actually physically active state in the gym. So let's try to maximize that weight loss, burn calories through more muscle. So therefore, emphasize lifting weights in the gym to build more muscle. Push yourself. Figure out your sets and reps. Figure out your workout program. If you want to do upper body, lower body, push pull legs, chest day, back day, legs, arms, whatever it is, whatever type of workout split you want, prioritize building muscle through resistance training. Actually go through all the movements, make sure you got your all foundational movements, your compound lifts, your squatting, your pressing, your rowing, your deadlifts. Okay, make sure you get your isolation works in there for the smaller muscles, like get a hamstring curls in, regular bicep curls, some laterals, tricep push downs. Make sure you have a combination of both compound lifts for the big movement patterns and isolation movements for the smaller muscles to really carve out those details. Make sure you're pushing hard. Make sure you're focusing on those working sets. Make sure you put the muscle through the full contraction and the full stretch at the bottom. Make sure you actually push past the point of discomfort. Feel the burn, feel the pain. It should be uncomfortable. That's what's going to get you the results. And finally, third component, and probably is going to be the biggest thing that can really help you out. Let's just assume the workouts on point, pushing yourself, lifting weights, cardio consistent with it, getting your heart rate up, calories match exactly what it is that you need to be eating to help you reach those goals. Everything is going according to plan. Now it's time to take it up a bit. Calories in versus calories out. That's the name of the game when it comes to wanting to lose fat. But those calories out are not just going to be from the gym. Every little thing that you do throughout the day, if it's movement, it's going to burn calories. No one just moves, even just moving your arm up and down like this. That doesn't just happen on its own. Yeah, I'm burning calories just as it is like this. It may not be much, but imagine how much movement you'll do throughout the day. It will all add up. This right here, although it is not a workout specifically, we're talking about NEAT, the NEAT principle, NEAT. What does it stand for? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Pretty much what it means is the amount of calories that your body is burning from other things that you do throughout the day that is still movement, but not necessarily exercise. I mean, if I were to stand up right now and go grab something from the fridge, go to the kitchen, that's NEAT. I'm burning calories. It's not exercise though. You going up and down a flight of stairs because you got to go from the first floor of the building to the second, that burns calories, but it's not exercise. You getting out of your car, you're moving, it's not exercise, but you're still burning calories. These are the little things that you're going to be doing throughout the day that I encourage you to maximize, and that's what's going to help you burn calories. And as someone, for me, I've been lean my entire life. I don't really gain muscle as fast as other people may. All right, I've always been on the thinner side. For me, it is super easy to get very low in body fat percentage. For me, it is incredibly easy to burn calories. And the reason why is because that NEAT principle is actually working against me. I'm someone that naturally moves around. You can see me talking. I use a lot of hand gestures. I use my hands to express what it is I'm trying to say. All this extra movement is burning calories. When I'm sitting at work, my leg has a tendency. These little things right here, how many of you do this? It's all these little things. At work, I got stress toys right there at my desk. So as I'm, reading an email, whatever, I'm like squeezing it. I'm constantly moving around, constantly doing things like this, looking around. I constantly move around. I fidget around a lot. I got a fidget spinner at my desk too. Those come in handy. They're actually pretty entertaining. But it's the little things like that that I do consistently throughout the day that although they may not burn a lot of calories per individual activity, imagine all those things added up by the end of the day. No wonder I'm so lean. No wonder I don't gain as much fat. No wonder it's super easy for me to burn calories because I'm constantly moving around. I just can't seem to stay still. And that's something that although has worked against me, and because again, my goal is actually to gain weight. I'm not trying to lean out. I'm already lean as it is. I don't want to get even more lean. I don't want to keep burning calories. I want to keep eating more to build more muscle. What is working against me could actually be a benefit for you. You all need to start moving around more throughout the day, and it doesn't have to be through gym movements, exercises. No, just other things. How about when we go to the grocery store, instead of feeling the need to park your car as close as possible to the entrance of the store, how about we park all the way at the back of the parking lot, and that forces us to get our steps in even more so. Not necessarily exercise, but it is burning calories. How about instead of you taking the elevator to go from the first floor to the fourth floor, how about you go and take the stairs? Not necessarily exercise per se, but it is physical movement. You're doing it because of work purposes. How about, if we're going to go from point A to point B of the office space, how about we take the long route? Again, not necessarily exercise, but it all adds up. Little things that we do every little thing that we do throughout the day is going to be burning calories, because it really just comes down to that neat principle. Again, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's what we need. We need to burn as many calories as possible, but don't feel that it needs to come through your actual workouts. So there you have it, everyone. Fat loss. No, you do not need to be killing yourself on cardio equipment. All you're doing is just wasting time and getting nowhere. No, you do not need to be starving yourself in the kitchen. All you're doing is becoming malnourished and introducing yourself to even more health risk. What you need to do is look at the big three: caloric deficit through a proper, well-balanced diet based on your needs, your size, your biometrics, a proper workout routine consisting of right amount of cardio, but equally as important amounts of resistance training, and then look into the NEAT principle, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I'm getting tired of saying that, but burn calories throughout the day. The calories burnt is not just from your workouts, it's from anything else that you do throughout the day. Any little movement, little calories burned here and there, it's all gonna add up at the end of the day. And when it comes to fat loss, again, it's all about calories in versus calories out. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you did, and also comment down below any other tips you may have when it comes to losing fat. Again, not losing weight, losing fat, because we want to try to build up the muscle mass. Just want to lose the fat mass. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is. Comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you miss on any new videos, because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. And the Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.